Good morning, and this is Kelly Borsheim, and this is the Swan sculpture in Portuguese rose marble. Let's talk about the neck. So I recently decided to put this hole in between the wings and make it go all the way through to the end, and that will really show off the color of the rock. Part of the reason I decided this was because I felt as though I was being too chicken, because of course if this rock is not as strong as I worry that it isn't, then me trying to make it real thin is going to be basically losing a bunch of work when it falls apart. But I decided that if you don't take the risk, you don't know, and I'll really know the rock better once I do it. And also, if you don't take the risk, you don't get the amazing wow piece. And I decided that if I just made it a simple shape like that with the head coming out, it would be pretty, but it wouldn't be awe-inspiring. And what I want to push to do is have somebody say, wow, did somebody really do that? So on that front, I started digging the hole in, and then I realized, wait a minute, when I designed this was going to be a solid block. Thus, the neck was going to go disappear down in behind the head. The mouth would tuck in to scratch the neck or the wing or something, and the beak, what did I say, the neck? The beak would do that, and the rest would be implied. But now that I'm opening it up, I did open a can of worms, so to speak, because now I've got to make room for a neck. I can't just have a hole there and the neck just disappear here and then show up here again. So what I did was did my drawing here of where the neck would curve around, and then I come up to this top view here, because I've got the muscles of the neck, I've got it inclined to go this way. So I thought I could straighten that out, because originally I thought that I would have the neck follow along this curve here. I don't know if you can see that in the shade. And I thought I could do that. I could leave the neck here and then have it go there, but look at the curve that I put into here. So the neck really makes more sense, and the curve doesn't make sense for me to do a wiggle wobble thing. So I decided that the neck will come out here and then at some point cross back over, which makes the hole a lot more complicated. But also, if I can pull it off, it will make it really wow. No? So anyway, that's my point of view. Right now it looks like I can dig to about down here, and I haven't screwed up anything with this, but I want to start pushing into the neck on this side and see if I can make that work coming out at the other end. Also, I think that if I can make the hole go through this way, I can be developing the head a little bit more as I go along. I've been knocking the head down because it's not quite narrow enough here. If you look at the bird's head from the top view, it gets really narrow here, and it's the cheek, the lower part, that actually comes out more, and the eyes actually need to be in a little bit. So I've been working my way towards that. And anyway, it's good because it's kind of boring to dig in a hole. And yesterday I went into town to try to see if the local hardware shop had a diamond tool digger, and it doesn't, so I'm going to have to use my regular stuff that I've done forever. It just takes longer, it's not efficient, but the rock is too heavy for me to take to the quarry and use their tool to get the first hole in. And so I just decided to stay home and slowly work on this. But every project grows. I was hoping to have this finished by my January art anniversary of 21 years this January 2022. No, 22? Oh, it was 2001. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching, and send me your comments and likes and questions and all that good stuff. Ciao, ciao for now. Okay, the funny thing about making videos is that it really helps me clarify what I want to do. And I decided to put the hole in the neck first. But this side, the head and neck are closer to the wing, so I decided to shoot from this side into the other space, which is a lot larger and more forgiving if I make a mistake where I come out. So this is the tool I'm using. It's a double cut carbide tip. Let's see if it'll get in focus there. Maybe I have to put a hand up there. So it's a double cut. I don't like the single cut tools. They don't seem to do anything, and I don't know why that is. I can't tell that that's in focus from where I am. Too much sunshine. But anyway, I've got it on a 6-inch shaft that I adore because it really helps me get into long, tight spaces. So right now I'm going in, but I've measured the angle that I want to go into, and this is more safe to go down away because I've got, remember, I have the head tilted a little bit to one side. So I'm doing that, and I'm trying to go over the wing here. I'm using this alternately with my Bantam, which is my small chisel. This small chisel, I use that to kind of blow off the air of the dust that's in there. And then my little 3-prong is a little more controlled, removing stone. My 3-tooth small chisel. I'm trying to get the angle correct there. There we go. So that's how, and slowly but surely I'm going to make this hole. But I know once I see the light of one hole, it makes all the rest of it that much more fun and interesting. So that's what I'm going to work on today. Thanks for watching. Okay, I can't see all of the holes I put in here. I've started well, but I really want to get done today before the sun goes away, this hole going through to the back. So I've started it, and now I want to figure out where it's going to go at the back, because right now this tool is hitting up against the neck of him. So there's only so far I'm going to be able to go with a straight shot, but also I'm not really convinced I know where that straight shot is. So let's come over here. What I'm going to do is take the angle of this, and I have to go, I don't know if the video is going to show me that high up, but I have to go where I look over the top of this, like this, to see the angle. It's like trying to put your fingers in your ears and get a straight line, you know, like a pencil. So right here it seems lined up, and then I come off to the bottom here. It's too low. Okay, so I raise it to where it looks like it's even there. You see? It looks like one straight line. Even though I'm using a fat piece of chalk, I know where the chalk is touching the rock, and that's where I'm measuring from. And then here it's pretty good. So I make a little spot right there, and then put my... It's nice to have a long tool like this because it acts like a thin pencil, and it's quite straight and rigid, so it's a good measuring angle of things like this. So now I turn this around, and you can see right there is my blue mark. That means my wing is going to be very thin here if I continue straight on. So I may want to angle this a little bit and come in here. And I'm probably going to start cutting in the back here really soon to help me arrive at this hole from 2 different angles instead of trying to go all the way through from one direction, because it's such a thick piece of stuff here. And my tools are quite limited. Although I would need the diamond blade to do this efficiently. But anyway, another thing that I found is when I had this drawing of the Swan, this seemed like a really good idea when it was horizontal. It seemed like everything lined up. But now as I put it vertical, you can see that this isn't going back far enough, soon enough, to connect up to this intended line right here, okay? So I either have to change this to go back faster, which is easy because that's taking off stone, or I need to change this idea and have it come up more here. And either one is fine because it gives a little more support to the beak of the swan. But right now, all I'm going to do is tell myself from maybe this point on, try not to cut into that and allow that choice to happen later after I open up the back. However, I can measure and say from here, I see where the height is from this, so I'm only going to want to cut a small piece here, not knowing exactly what I'm going to do, although the neck isn't going to come as far back as this. So I can actually carve all the way down to the tail, but I don't want the blade to cut into the tail. And I can do this sort of thing and go in this way. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm happy. The hole making is actually really fun though, you know. I'm not going to make a naughty joke on that. You can figure that out yourself. See, I can't quite lift this, but I can turn it and rotate it and do little moves like this, but to actually pick it up, I can't do that. That's the perks of being a girl. Ciao.